So in today's video, I am going to be previewing Stockport County versus Bradford City. Then in the second part of today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys my Game Week 26 League 2 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 60 likes on today's video, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your score predictions and what your starting 11 would be for this game down in the comment section down below. It's going to be a very, very tough game. This is really the start of a very hard run of fixtures, to be honest with you. After this, we've then got Mansfield, then Stevenage, then Tranmere. I know they're on a dodgy run of form, but they always seem to do well against us. Then Barrow, then Doncaster. You know, our next month of fixtures is certainly not ideal. That's not even including any potential Tuesday night games, which are obviously not on the original fixture list. But obviously, this one is a rearranged match. It was meant to be played on the 7th of January, I want to say, but obviously, I think Stockport were in the third round of the FA Cup at that time. It has been rearranged for tomorrow. I'm actually recording this on Sunday night at 10 to 8, but this is going to be coming out on Monday. So if any transfer business happens between now and then, you will obviously get a double upload on Monday, but don't forget, I have college on Monday, so if that does happen, it will be out later that day, because quite a lot of transfer business has happened so far. If you have missed any of the potential transfers that have happened with Bradford City, incomings or outgoings, there's an individual video on the channel for each player and all that sort of stuff. But make sure you drop a like on today's video, subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. So if we start out then with the current Sky Bet League 2 table, my team Bradford City, we currently sit 7th in the table. After 25 games, we've got 11 wins, 7 draws, 7 defeats, 31 goals scored, 25 goals conceded, leaving us on a positive 6 goal difference and 40 points. Our last couple of games then have been a draw, a loss, a win, and a loss, so pretty inconsistent form at this moment in time. That is pretty much the definition of inconsistent with that form there. Actually, before we compare it to Stockport, our last couple of matches then have been a 0-0 draw away at AFC Wimbledon. Jamie Walker getting sent off in that game. He would have been suspended for the match against Carlisle. Obviously, that was postponed due to a frozen pitch, and Carlisle fans don't seem to understand the concept that it's the referees that decide the pitch inspection and what time it is and all that sort of stuff. Because I know a lot of the Carlisle fans had actually arrived in Bradford by the time that the game was actually called off, but for some reason they don't seem to comprehend that that's actually a decision made by the officials, not the club. But obviously, Jamie Walker will unfortunately now be banned for this game against Stockport when he probably should have been available for this one, so slightly frustrating from that point of view. Just before that then, we had a 2-1 defeat at home to Rochdale, a 3-2 win at home to Salford City, a 1-0 win at home to Harrogate Town, and then just before that we had a 1-0 defeat away at Carlisle United. That then compared though to Stockport County, they're currently sat 10th in the Sky Bet League 2 table. After 24 games, they've got 11 wins, 4 draws, 9 defeats, 35 goals scored, 23 goals conceded, leaving them on a positive 12 goal difference, which is actually joint 4th best in the league in terms of goal difference. That leaves them on 37 points. The last couple of games then have been a win, a loss, a win, and a win. So they're in some brilliant form at this moment in time. Obviously, a lot of people at the start of the season predicted them to be right up there challenging for the top 3. They had a really, really poor start to the season. Maybe a little bit of a hangover, thinking it was going to be easier than what it is. But over these last couple of matches, they've been absolutely unbelievable, pretty much steamrolling past every team. If you have a look at their last couple of results then, they had a 2-0 win at home to Northampton Town, a 2-1 defeat at home to Walsall in the FA Cup third round, a 1-0 defeat away at Grimsby Town, a 2-0 win away at Walsall, a 2-0 win at home to Crewe Alexandra, a 3-1 win at home to Charlton in the FA Cup second round replay, and then just before that they had a 5-0 win, yes, 5-0 away at Hartlepool. They are a very, very good side. They finally seem to be clicking at this level. They've got some unbelievable players in their squad, and it's going to be a very tough game. I'm not confident going into it with our poor run of form at this moment in time. You know, our only 2 wins, granted one was against a good Salford side, but our other one coming in against Harrogate, then we're drawing against Wimbledon, losing against Rochdale, who are bottom of the league now. They look absolutely abysmal. They're a shocking football inside. I've no idea how we managed to lose that one, and yeah, I'm not really too confident. I think some of our January business has been questionable. I think overall we're probably stronger than we were at the start. I do expect some more players still to go out, but now we're going to get into the team though that I would go with if I was Mark Hughes. Surprisingly, it's not the same team that I would have gone for the game against Carlisle. I think you've got to change it up, because against Stockport, when we played them at our place, it was at that time probably the worst performance of the season. Since then, we have had some more poor performances like Northampton, like the last 70 minutes away at Leyton Orient, like the game against Rochdale. But at that time, that was probably the worst performance of the season. We played, I think, the 4-2-3-1. They came with, I think it was either a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-5-2, and basically just full presses, and we couldn't deal with it. In this game, though, I would personally go with the 4-diamond-2 formation. It's been the formation situation that we have played over the last couple of matches, but you need to get players more in their natural positions. No more playing Jamie Walker at centre mid, Aloisa as like a striker come attacking midfielder. I didn't really like that. You want to be playing players in their natural positions. Obviously, in goal I would go with Harry Lewis. As I mentioned in the last match preview, unbelievable against AFC Wimbledon, made numerous saves that kept us in that game, and if it wasn't for him this season, then God knows where we'd be. The only penalty that he hasn't saved this season was in this reverse fixture against Stockport County, where Paddy Madden did score in that one. Obviously, Timmy Odesina gave away the penalty. If Matty Platt and Romney Critchlow are both fit, I don't really see a reason why Timmy Odesina would be involved in the matchday squad, to be honest with you. I highly anticipate he'll probably go out on loan again, probably back to Hartlepool, in my opinion. At right back, I would go with Brad Halliday. I think he's personally our best right back at this moment in time. Good going forward, good defensively as well, and I think you've got to play Brad Halliday if he is fit, in my opinion. One of our better players in this squad. Two centre-backs. Firstly, I would go with Matty Platt. I think you need someone like a Matty Platt to deal with the physicality of Kyle Wootton, because in games gone by, I think a lot of teams like to put their physical strikers on Romney Critchlow, but if Matty Platt can get around and cover, I think he can deal with that very well. Obviously, partnering Matty Platt, I would go with Romney Critchlow. They complement each other very well. If you need someone to be physical, then you go with Matty Platt. If you need someone to be pacey with them recovery runs, then potentially you do go with a Romney Critchlow, depending on the opposition. And I don't mean that by saying you either have one or the other. I think they complement each other so well. So fingers crossed they can both get back to their best, because I think over the last couple of games they've been playing okay, but both of them I think can step it up a little bit more. We have seen so far this season that they can both be very, very good. Critchlow did miss the reverse fixture as well, so I'm hoping to see how he gets on in this game. Hopefully he can have a good game. At left back, I would go with Talaji Bowler. Obviously, Matty Folds no longer with the football club. He's joined Harrogate Town on a half-season loan. Talaji Bowler has come in on a half-season loan from Rotherham United. Now, while Mark Hughes said that he's not going to be able to be fit enough to start the game against Carlisle, I think, he's a professional athlete. Surely, no matter what, he's going to have 90 minutes in him. I think if worse comes to worse, maybe you put Halliday at left back and potentially bring Levi Sutton on and put him at right back. But I think for a professional athlete, surely he's going to have 90 minutes in his locker, even as a left back. If it means for the last 15-20 minutes or so he's playing a little bit more defensive, I can understand that. But I don't think we need Liam Ridehalgh on the bench, in my opinion. But obviously, I don't know the extent to the situation of the players. Into the midfield then, as the holding midfielder, I would go with Richie Smallwood. I think that's the role that suits him best, winning the ball back and playing it to someone better, maybe with more energy or maybe with some more technical ability. So I'd like to see Richie Smallwood at the base of the midfield. Into the two central midfielders then, firstly I would go with Adam Clayton. I know in the last match preview that I did, I didn't even have him involved in my matchday squad. I think Levi Sutton's maybe a little bit harsh to miss out, to be honest with you, but I think against a team like Stockport, you need someone with really good technical ability, and a lot of Doncaster fans said, while he might not be the quickest, he's a very, very good passer of the ball. So in my opinion, I'd like to see Adam Clayton in there, partnered with Alex Gilead. Thought Gilead had a very good game away at AFC Wimbledon last time out, although that game was nearly 10 days ago now. Thought he was one of the better outfield players, to be honest with you. Ran around quite a lot, was pressing, putting tackles in, and even passing forward at times as well. Something we've not really seen too much of from Gilead this season, but I thought he was very good, and for me, he has to start this one. In that number 10 position, obviously, Jamie Walker suspended, so that does kind of leave it for Harry Chapman. You could maybe put someone like an Issa or a Nevers or even Scott Banks, who should be available for this game, in that role, but I think naturally Harry Chapman probably is the best fit. Obviously, he was actually dropped down to the bench for the last one against AFC Wimbledon. The first time I think he's been on the bench since one of the first games of the season, to be honest with you. He's played pretty much every game. I think apart from that opening game, didn't even get on the pitch in the end, and for me personally, I think he's got to come back into this one. Brings you lots of energy, we'll press, we'll chase things down, and hopefully we can see a bit of end products from him as well at some point. Into the two strikers then, firstly I would go with Andy Cook. Like I mentioned in the last match preview, I think he needs to come back in now. He was dropped for missing chances in the last game. Viden Oliver missed his only real chances, so for me personally, I think Andy Cook has to come back in it. If you didn't watch the last match preview, I basically said that we create more chances with Viden Oliver in the side, but Andy Cook scores more. We score more goals when Andy Cook's in the side. So do you want to be creating more chances, or do you want to be scoring more goals? I know Cook's goals had dried up over the last couple of games. I think he's like 3 goals in 14, 15 last game, something like that now. But Andy Cook scores goals at its level. We give him service, he's going to score goals. If Halliday and Bowler can get balls into the box, that man's going to feed. And partnering him, I would go with Dara Costaleo. Now, he was absolutely abysmal in his debut against Wimbledon, was subbed off after an hour. I don't quite remember if that was before or after Jamie Walker's red card, but he was really, really poor. Looked a yard or two off the pace. Nothing was really sticking, in my opinion, but I'd like to see him get another opportunity in this game. He's coming from Burnley with high expectations, so I'd like to see him get another opportunity in this one. If not, potentially maybe go Matt Derbyshire, but again, he doesn't even make my matchday squad. On the bench then for me, that'd leave Colin Doyle, Jan Songo, Levi Sutton, Thierry Nevers, Scott Banks, Aloisa and Viden Oliver. It was really, really hard to make some of these players not even be involved in the matchday squad, to be honest with you. It does mean, though, the players who miss out would be Heath Richardson, Joe Osh on SA, Luke Hendrick, Finn Cousin-Dawson. It's still not been announced which club he is moving on to, because he was with Spennymoor for the first half of the season. He was recalled, and the article said he was recalled, and he's going to be going out on loan to another club. I'm pretty sure that hasn't been announced which club he's going out on loan to, so maybe that's fallen through. Not really too sure what's going on there. Also missing out then would be Oscar Threlkeld, Timmy Odesina, Kieran Kelly, Liam Ridehalgh, although I do kind of expect him to be involved on the bench, in my opinion. Ryan East, Emmanuel Osadibe, who's surely not far away now from maybe full training or even being involved in a matchday squad, but we all know Mark Hughes doesn't really like to take too many risks with injured players, which is fair enough. You know, he's coming back from a long-term injury. He hasn't played since like the first 5 minutes of the opening day of the season. And the final players missing out then would be Dion Pereira, Charlie Wood, Jamie Walker, and Matt Derbyshire. Now let's get into my game week 26 League 2 score predictions. 6 games for us to go through today then, because obviously a lot of these have been rearranged matches. Thankfully though, there is quite a few, well, there's half of the league that have all been rearranged for the same day. So starting out then with Colchester United versus Salford City, I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win for Salford in that one. AFC Wimbledon versus Walsall FC, I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win for Johnny Jackson's side. Carlisle United versus Hartlepool United, bit of a derby there surely. I'm going to go with a 3-1 home win for Carlisle. Despite Hartlepool coming off of a good run and a decent result in their last one against Rochdale, I think Carlisle will have more than enough to get past Hartlepool in that one. I'm going to go 3-1. Crawley Town versus Grimsby Town, I think it'll be a very scrappy game. Not really too much quality for either team. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw in that one. Stockport County versus Bradford City. Stockport, a very, very good side. We need 3 points, but I can only see a Stockport win. I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win for County. And then finally, Swindon Town versus Stevenage FC. Again, very hard to predict. Stevenage recently winning their last game 3-0 at home to top of the league, but this is the type of game where Swindon nick a win. I am just going to wedge Stevenage though for a 2-1 away win. But anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 60 likes, as I said at the start of today's video, that'd be absolutely class. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed. If you haven't already, with that post notification bell on, it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Get your score predictions and what your starting 11 would be as well down in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching today's video. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget as well to check out my second channel. The link is down in the description down below. We're currently doing a Bradford City football manager save over there, so if you could go check that out, that would be massively appreciated. Have a great rest of your day though, and I'll see you all probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it might be early hours on Wednesday for the matchday vlog. Peace.